This is a Great Dane. We know Great Danes are big. We also know that some Great Danes are bigger than others. Well, Freddie the Great Dane is redefining even those parameters. In 2016, he set a Guinness World Record for being the tallest dog in the entire world, measuring 7 feet 5.5 inches when he used to stand up on his hind legs. At the time when he set the Guinness World Record, Freddie was living in Essex, England, and was 8 years old. To reach that size, the owner spent around $123 per week to feed Freddie nothing but roast chicken, peanut butter, and bread to become so big. Just imagine having to buy 7 rotisserie chickens from the supermarket every week. Here's a quick story for you. Great Danes originated from England in the 16th century, where the nobility of other European countries used them as hunting dogs. But in the 19th century, the name of the English dog was changed to the Doge dog, which means German Dane. This in turn became known as the Great Dane. So you could say that this domestic dog is also originated from Germany. This is a Doge de Bordeaux. The name says it all. This is a dog breed that originated from France, more precisely the region of Bordeaux. The breed has been known in France since the 14th century, and eventually the famous region lent its name to this dog that it became synonymous with. Back in the day, they were used as working dogs because they had powerful and muscular bodies. The Doge de Bordeaux was used to pull carts, transporting goods, and even guarding sheep. Interestingly enough, this dog breed has one of the largest heads among all dogs in the world. Now, it might not be as tall as the Great Dane, but when it comes to weight, they're pretty evenly matched. The Doge de Bordeaux can reach a total weight of around 150 pounds. The females are slightly smaller than that, weighing 25 pounds less. Their coat can be any shade of fawn, going from very light to very dark. We don't know why, but the average lifespan of the dog is just 5 to 8 years. This furry fella is a Saint Bernard. This is the dog we usually see in cartoons helping people in the snow. That's pretty accurate, since they're working dogs originating from the Western Alps in Switzerland and Italy. The reason you see them portrayed as rescue dogs is because the Great St. Bernard Hospice, a hostel in southwestern Switzerland, used and bred these dogs for rescue work in the region. Their origin dates back to the 1660s and 70s, when an Italian monk named Bernard of Menthon acquired the first breeds. These kind giants can grow to be between 28 and 35 inches and weigh anywhere between 140 and 180 pounds. Just like the other dogs on the list, the females are slightly smaller than the males, but they can carry up to 10 pups. Their average lifespan is about 9 years. Up next is the giant poodle. If I'm being honest, we didn't even know that giant poodles were a thing. We knew poodles to be small and fluffy. Well, they are fluffy, but by no means are they small. For example, standard poodles are between 15 and 21 inches tall at the shoulder, and there are even smaller poodles than that. The royal poodles, or giant poodles, are pretty much giant balls of fluff. They stand at an astounding height of 28 inches and can weigh 90 pounds. When it comes to colors, they can come in all color patterns under the sun, and it's generally known that poodles are one of the easiest dog breeds to train. They're obedient and kind, and they like company. Interestingly enough, even though these big poodles are protective, they're not aggressive, which makes them amazing watchdogs. Just take a look at this one. His owner named him Tank because the man didn't know how big the dog would get. This is Tank all grown up and weighing 80 pounds. This big dog is an Irish Wolfhound. There's no need to tell you where this dog breed comes from. By its sheer size, the dogs have inspired myths, poems, and even literature, and were mainly used in hunting. Hunters who owned an Irish Wolfhound prided themselves on having a dog who was able to dispatch prey caught by the faster sighthounds. Of course, some used it as a guardian dog and wanted the dog to guard their livestock against wolves. The dog lived for up to 10 years and was a prized addition to any household. With its intimidating height of up to 34 inches and its maximum weight of around 120 pounds, the Irish Wolfhound does its job impeccably. Check out the Newfoundland dog. On the island of Newfoundland in Canada, only black and white colored dogs were considered to be original members of the breed. Since then, brown, gray, and even white dogs are accepted as proper members of the team. That being said, this 28-inch, 71-centimeter high dog with an astounding weight of up to 180 pounds has been considered a working dog for the majority of its life. They were mainly used by the fishermen of Newfoundland since they were really good swimmers. Speaking of being good swimmers, these dogs were perfect for life-saving because they had a muscular body, they had webbed paws which increased their ability to swim, and they even had a double coat. Couple this with intelligence, strength, loyalty, and love for children, and it's no wonder the owners of a Newfoundland dog felt like they'd lost a family member when one of their pooches died after 10 years. This big girl is Euphrates. She's part of a new dog breed known as American Molossus. The original Molossus was from Mesopotamia, which died around 5000 BC. And strangely enough, they were war dogs. To own an American Molossus is very expensive, and they require a heavy diet of protein and dog food to pack on the weight. The owner said that Euphrates was intentionally fed and raised to resemble the war dogs of the past. At just 9 months old, she was 180 pounds and stood at a height of 31.5 inches. The owner stated that she grew to over 6 feet tall, standing on her hind legs, and weighed 260 pounds. If Euphrates wanted, she could drag him around the neighborhood like a toy. In fact, when she plays tug-of-war with the pit bull, she'll just sit there and hold the rope with her teeth while the pit bull is desperately trying to move her.
Top 3.
Speaking of pit bulls, we should introduce Hulk. If this monster decided to play tug-of-war with Euphrates, we're wondering if the war dog will lay calmly on the floor. Weighing in at 173 pounds and still growing, this is probably the world's largest pit bull. To maintain its weight, Hulk will eat around 4 pounds of ground beef every day, along with special supplements. But even though he looks intimidating, this lady trusts him with her son's life. She says that Hulk is a big softie and that she'd even let her 3-year-old son ride the dog like a pony around the house. Now, we don't know if this would be the case if Hulk was raised by some other family, but when it comes to the Grannons, a family of dog trainers and breeders, they know what they're doing. The family even says that it's their thorough training that allows them to trust Hulk so much. Let's go a bit bigger. Introducing the Tibetan Mastiff. The Tibetan Mastiff is not only one of the largest dog breeds in the world, it's also one of the most expensive dogs in the world. The average dog stands at around 26 inches tall, but there are some Mastiffs that have been known to exceed that height. Even though they're usually trained for winning award shows, these dogs can also act as your household security guard that'll watch over the house at night. They are prized possessions of any owner, and they come in a variety of colors. The name was given to the dog by the Western travelers that went to Tibet and saw the giant dog. Actually, they called all big dogs Mastiffs. Nowadays, Mastiffs are popular for being good at obeying their master. In fact, despite their frightening appearance, they're kind and devoted to their family. They're happy even when they're kept inside the house. Number 1. Turkish Kangal. These are probably some of the scariest dogs in the world. The Kangals are mainly found in Turkey as guard dogs for livestock. Some of them are so large, they're taller than the average-sized human. The average size of a Kangal is between 28 and 31 inches, and they weigh between 100 and 132 pounds. Some of them have been known to grow larger because it's so big it's the perfect companion for shepherds. The dog is so popular in Turkey that some people have created legends saying that the Kangal is a dog that has wolf's blood running through its veins. YouTube thinks that you should watch this video next.